scene of Old Canada. Please rise. I would like to now call upon Canon David Smith to say grace.
Heavenly Father, you have given us bodies strong and vigorous to be temples of the Holy Spirit. Help us to be responsible for our bodies and to care for them in healthy sport. May our games and competitions help us to better understand each other and make us closer friends in a stronger society. Make us gracious in victory, brave in defeat, and whatever the outcome of the event, make us better persons to make a better world. Bless this evening by your presence, and give us grateful hearts to appreciate this good food and happy fellowship, that we may be inspired into lives of better service in the strength which comes from you. Amen.
Thank you, Canon Smith. Please remain standing. It's easier on you. I would now at this time like to call Fred Ragnello, representative of the Metro Council of the Royal Canadian Legion, to propose the toast to the Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me in the toast to Her Majesty the Queen. The Queen.
Thank you, Fred. You can be seated for a moment. In Northwestern Ontario, at this moment, I would like you to take and cast your mind back to the days when you were an active player or where you were an active builder. And remember those people who successfully helped you to develop your skills in Northwestern Ontario. Especially remember those people who are no longer are with us. Would you please stand and pause for a moment's silence and remember those friends? Thank you. I'd like to now continue on with the rest of the program. I'm sure you all agree that the meal that was served to you this evening was par excellence. Please give the Canadian Legion a hand. Next part of our program is the Sweet Adelines, and their conductor Diane Crocker will perform some selections for you on the stage up here. Please give a warm welcome to the Sweet Adelines of Underbridge.
come to hear me talk. So, our first number is Let the Curtain Rise, in which we hope to entertain you. And then the next song describes what we hope to do for you this evening. And that is Make a Joyful Noise. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweet Apples.
Music is the key for part harmony, minor, major, you'll see. years, there's that someone in your life that you're dreaming of. And we would like to sing a song right now, a ballad called Dreams.
over the years, Gerald. Please give him a hand. Back in Thunder Bay now, we're really glad to have him. We have 2 commercials. And then we're on to the intermission. You'll see a gentleman who's passing throughout you with a camera and a red flashing light. He's over by the doors there. His name is Dan Canossa, and Dan is taking a videotape of all the proceedings. If any of the families of the inductees or anybody gathered here, if you visit him during intermission, you can arrange to get a copy of that videotape as a keepsake of this evening for a price.
What's the price? What did you say?
I'm sure most of you wonder how all of this comes about. And it comes through the volunteer effort of a lot of people who sell tickets, run bingos, etc. One of those gentlemen is Bill Cabela. He has a draw called the 500 Club Draw. This 500 Club Draw awards $13,000 in prizes, goes on for some 26 weeks, and you may obtain a ticket from him for $50. Bill, would you please stand?
Everybody, including me?
Now, don't get into your pockets too quickly, but you can also see him during intermission. It's for a good cause. It's to keep this dinner going. Please see him. Thank you. Have a nice intermission. Have a drink. Visit the bar room or the gentleman's room, or just sit in your seat. See you in President of the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame.
Mr. Chairman, Mayor Madsen, Mayor Cunningham, Reverend Buchanan Smith, Mr. Hennessy, honored athletes, builders, and team, fellow sports ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome you to this, our third induction dinner. It is a dinner organized to honor and recognize the exploits of a special group of athletes and builders who have done so much to to make Northwestern Ontario a much more enjoyable place in which to live. An affair of this nature involves a little more than setting a date, booking a hall, and selling the tickets. And consequently, I would like to express our appreciation to the many individuals who have worked so hard to prepare for tonight. Firstly, we have the selection committee that is an 8-member committee composed of representatives from all over Northwestern Ontario. Their names are listed in your program, and they are chaired by Mr. Cliff Bowles. This committee reviewed all the nominations that were submitted to it and have come up with the recommendations of those sportsmen who we are honoring tonight. Secondly, we had a banquet committee. Again, the persons serving in that committee are listed in your program, and they're ably chaired by Fred Ragnello. While perhaps one shouldn't specify or mention any particular persons, I would be remiss if I did not mention to you that the layout of this particular hall and the setting up of the tables, etc., was looked after and done by Tom Dixon and Bill and Dorothy Dunn. One of the big chores is keeping track of the tickets and assigning a seat to each and every one of you. This was looked after by Mary Melanie. To these people, I do owe, and all the others who worked so hard on developing this evening's program, a real debt of gratitude. While the main purpose of this evening is to pay tribute to our honored athletes and builders, it is only fitting that on behalf of the Sports Hall of Fame, I should acknowledge the work and the support, the magnificent support that has been given to us by our patrons. And in particular, the Metro Council of the Royal Canadian Legion, represented here again tonight by Fred Ragnello, the Province of Ontario, represented by Mickey Hennessy. I was very pleased to see Mickey Hennessy because as late as 8 o'clock I was told that he was detained in Toronto to welcome the Queen. We are also indebted to the Lakehead Board of Education, represented here tonight by Bill Mulcamello. And without the support of these and all the others, including the sponsors of our ads in our booklet, we needed their support. Otherwise, we couldn't dream of providing the service that we do at the Hall of Fame. Finally, may I offer our sincere congratulations to the athletes, to the teams, and to the builders for the honor that they have brought to Northwestern Ontario and to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your evening.
A gentleman who's been synonymous with the city of Thunder Bay for many years, who's brought attention to our community, who has provided us with many of the facilities that have allowed this community to develop in sport, the mayor of our city, Mayor Walter Asselin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next Premier of Ontario, Mickey Hennessy. That's from your Lord Mayor. Honored guests, honored sportsmen, and guests all. I'm very pleased to be here tonight with the many wonderful people that have brought this to being. I think the greatest thing that's ever happened to the cities, the former cities of Fort William and Fort Arthur. I think the two cities can account for the greatest sportsman in the world per capita. I don't think any other cities in the world can excel our sportsmen. And there's no use of mentioning names. There are so many that I could not mention them. It's proud I am that I've been serving the wonderful citizens of Thunder Bay for the last 12 years as alderman and another 11 on top of that as mayor. And I can tell you, it makes me proud to be among you tonight, to just be part, a very small part, the small part that I have taken. Because it took so many to put into place what is transpiring tonight. And all I can say to all of those that have made this possible, to all of the wonderful champions, I can call them champions, and those, the trainers, so many that it took to bring it about, like bones that just stood before you and spoke to you. And I don't know of a more humble nor an honest man that has done so much and taken back so little than Bones. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, that he is one of the best recipients of honor. I say that I know Bones. And you know, despite it all, and all of these years, he's still giving. He's still on committees with me, working hard. That's the kind of a man he is. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I want you to know that to all of these wonderful people, there's the Joe Greaves, and all of the rest. There was no use in me talking about the names, but you understand how I feel. It's just a wonderful thing that there will never be two cities, nor one city like Thunder Bay that will ever achieve what we have achieved here. To all of you, God bless you. Thanks for making Thunder Bay the greatest city in the world. Challenge to say it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next gentleman I'll introduce, many of you may not remember, but 1936 represented this country in the Olympic Games in boxing. Was a famous coach in hockey in this community and led his Canadians to many a victory. Who then became a star at Queen's Park and Toronto is none other than your MLA, Mickey Hennessy. The induction dinner is now into its third year, and gathered here this evening, we have some former inductees. I will read their names and ask them to please stand and please, if you wish, applaud for them as I call them. First, as an honored member of the Sports Hall of Fame in Northwestern Ontario, that great hockey player, Edgar LeBret. Man that's synonymous with bowling, 5-pin bowling, Dick Thompson. favorite pupils being honored here this evening, the developer of ski jumping in this community, Mike Gazelle. This gentleman celebrated his 65th birthday the other day refereeing a football game. He has refereed in this community for 32 years. A hockey player, baseball player, painter of ice for ice shows. He has done everything in sport. His name, Bill McKenzie. Over the last 2 years, you've heard a voice in the background. It has been the voice that introduced the inductees. This year, the committee decided to change the voice because we felt that it should be spread throughout the various radio and TV stations in this community. This gentleman served untiringly for us for 2 years. He's Terry Morris and his wife Dorothy of CBQ. Please stand up. Next part of our program will be a song that's sung by Nancy McLeod. It's called They Did It Their Way. You'll recognize the music, but Nancy has written the words herself. And it gives me a great deal of pleasure to turn the mic over to Nancy. And if you don't have tears in your eyes by the time this song is over, you're not the sportsman I think you are. Nancy.
Thank you very much. The first year I was asked to do this function, they asked me if I could sing something else for them. And because I've mostly done most of my singing in lounges, and singing for a bar crowd, I didn't know what to sing for a bunch of athletes. Nothing I knew would really be good, so I was sitting at home and I thought, well, I've got to think of something. So I did this song and I changed the words a bit. And the next year they asked me back again and I did it again. And this year, nobody mentioned it. And I called Mr. Duncan. I said, what time do you want me to do the anthem? And he said, about 9 o'clock. And I said, no. Canada. And he said, that anthem is at 7 and the other anthem is at 9. So this is the anthem, I guess.
One thing about this organization, they make you the prop man, the MC, electrician. Now, if I fall off this, there'll be an ambulance. And we have one of those now, a student. I'm sure he's going to be inducted this evening.
You're the coroner? That's good. Sure.
As that well-known political personality in the United States said, probably the thing that won of the Democratic nomination, where's the beat? We now are at the section of the program where the beat is. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to turn this microphone over to TV personalities, radio personality of this area, Warren Woods, who will begin the induction ceremony. I would now ask if President, Mr. McCormick, and Mrs. Melanies would go up to the front so that you can begin the presentations of the certificates and the pins. Warren Woods.
Thank you very much, Rob. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to be here tonight. I really appreciate it because it gives me the chance to repay Bones McCormick, my next-door neighbor, for all those crab apples he's given me over the years. Elected into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame as honored members in the team category, the Fort Frances Canadians. You know, they said it took 30 years to win an Allen Cup, but as many Fort Frances hockey fans remember, it really only took 6. Those 30 years included the hockey-rich days when Fort Frances was exporting hockey players to Europe, the United States, and the rest of Canada. It was a Fort Frances native, you may recall, who scored the winning goal for Britain when they defeated Canada at the 1936 Winter Olympics. But in 1945, Fort Frances said enough and began to build a senior team around homegrown stock. By the time the 1950-51 season rolled around, there were enough local boys back home to become more than a threat. That year, they had reached the Canadian finals, only to lose to Owen Sound, but they put it all together in 1952. After trailing the Thunder Bay series 3-0, the Canadians came back to beat the Fort William Beavers. They also defeated the Manitoba champs in the Bull 7 to win the Western title, and then beat Stratford in 6 to capture the Allen Cup. Would you please welcome into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame the 1952 Fort Frances Canadians. Christensen. Mr. William Cleveland. Mr. Frank Eisenthal. Mr. Walter Fedoruk. Mr. Gordon Gosselin. Mr. Michael Hopchuk. Mr. Ray Corrad. Mr. Arthur Johnson. Mr. Alex Kursiba. accepting for the late Joe Bolton, his wife, Rose Bolton. Other members of the team unable to attend tonight include William Galbraith, Ed Kleiner, and Percy Robertson. Deceased members of the team are Joe Bolton, Dr. W.G. Boyle, Don Lavisa, and Don Sampson. Accepting the team award, team manager Glenn Steele.
Brother?
The Todd Curling Ring is with the two members of that team here tonight. Please rise. Curling is underway. Really took off after Tom Todd Ring captured the National Schoolboy Curling Championship in 1958. The first national championship for the city in that sport. Todd and his team of third, Pat Moran, second, Neil McLeod, and lead Dave Allen defeated Sandy Surgeon's Ring 8-6 to win the Northwestern championship, and then went through the Northerns in Noranda, Quebec undefeated to advance to the Nationals. There, Todd beat Alberta 9-4 in the next to last game of the round-robin competition to clinch the championship. Incidentally, the Alberta skip that year was Bernie Sparks, who went on to a record 11 prior appearances. Todd's team, coached by Dick Symes and Jerry Sykes, won a total of 25 games en route to the championship. The second junior title for Thunder Bay that year, the other was won by skier Gerald Gannon. Will you please welcome into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame the 1958 National Schoolboy Curling Championship champion Tom Todd, skip Neil McLeod second. Unable to attend tonight are Dave Allen lead and Patrick Moran third. same year, he again finished third in a national competition. This time, it was the Junior Downhill Championship at Mont Saint Anne. 1957 produced a string of medals, a silver in the Canadian Junior Combined Championship, a silver in the National Junior Jumping Championships, and a gold medal in the National Junior Slalom Championships. He was also a member of the Ontario High School team and the Canadian squad, which competed at an international meet in Stowe, Vermont. Gannon didn't let up in 1958 either. He won a silver in the Canadian Senior Downhill Championships and won the gold in the National Senior Alpine Combined Championships in Kimberley, BC. In 1959, Gannon went on to the University of Colorado and became a member of not only the ski team there, but the national team as well. In 1960, he decided to pursue his education rather than take a shot at the Olympic team, but he remained competitive and was a member of the university team, which won the NCAA title. Later, in 1960, he became the coach of the Central Division Junior Men's and Women's teams, which took part in the Nationals in BC. Would you please welcome into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, the king of the slopes, Gerald Gannon. Elected into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame as an honored member in the amateur athlete category, Mr. David Gerald. All over the country, for that matter, spent a lot of their time chasing David Karila. He first attracted the attention of the track fraternity in 1972 in the Triple SAA meet, where he set 3 records in the juvenile division. He ran the 400 in a time of 51.6 seconds, the 800 in a time of 156.7, and was clocked in 23.2 seconds for the 200 meters. By the way, all those records still stand. In 1973, at the UPSA meet, Karila won the 800 meters and did it in record time of 153.7. That record still stands as well. He also won the Ontario Championship in the 800 that year and won 2 gold medals at the Canada Games in the 800 and the 1600 meter relay. He won gold at the Canadian Indoor Juvenile Championships in the 800 and at the Canadian Senior Championships. And he finished 4th in the 800 while still of juvenile age. In 1975, Karila was a member of 2 championship relay teams. He also came up with a 3rd in the 400 at the Provincial Junior Indoor Championships and a 4th in the 800. He also won the GPAC title in the 400 at Lakehead University and was a member of 2 championship relay teams at that same meet. In 1976, he was the 1st in the 800 at the Ontario Senior Championships and Ontario Summer Games, 2nd in the Canadian Senior Championships, and 3rd in the Olympic trials. Karila concluded his track career in 1977 when he set a personal best in the 800 with a time of 1:49.1. Please welcome into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, the great Penttie's junior hockey career began with the West End Juniors, where in 1943, his sophomore year, he earned the Thunder Bay Junior Hockey League scoring title in successive years with totals of 21 goals and 24 assists for 45 points, and 26 goals and 9 assists for 35 points in 1944-45. His final junior year was with the HMCS Griffin, and following his discharge from the Navy, he joined the Boston Olympics in the American Senior League. In his final senior year, he scored 47 goals and 45 assists for the grand total of 92 points, and joined the New York Rangers for the 1948-49 season. His first season with New York saw him score 14 goals and 16 assists for a total of 30 points, and that won him the coveted Calder Trophy as the NHL Rookie of the Year. Still with the Rangers in 49-50, he led the team to the Stanley Cup Finals, taking the scoring title with 6 goals and 5 assists for 11 points. After another record year in 1950-51 with the Rangers, Penttie's promising career was cut short by a devastating accident on the ice in which he lost the use of his right eye. In January of 1952, he made an attempt to return and got back with the Boston Bruins, where he scored 8 goals and 9 assists in 1953 before being sold to Victoria of the Western Hockey League in November of that year. Pentti Lund signed papers signifying his voluntary retirement from professional hockey in 1953. He then became the sports editor of the Times Journal and later the Times News in Thunder Bay. His total NHL record includes 259 regular season games with 44 goals and 55 assists, as well as 19 playoff games with 7 goals and 5 assists for 12 points. Will you please welcome the 1948 Elected into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame as an honored member in the Pro Athlete category, Mr. Bruce Gamble. Drafted by the New York Rangers, Gamble began his pro career with Providence in 1957-58 and spent time between there and the Rangers over the next 3 seasons. In the early 1960s, Gamble traveled between the Boston Bruins of the NHL and the Springfield Indians of the American League, as well as Kingston of the Eastern Pro League. In 1967-68, expansion allowed Gamble to find a permanent home in the National Hockey League with the Toronto Maple Leafs, where he starred for 4 straight seasons. Gamble was then traded to the Philadelphia Flyers in 1971, but heart problems allowed him to play only 1 year there. He retired in 1972. Gamble played a total of 327 games in the NHL. He recorded 22 shutouts and a career goals against average of 3.23. He passed away in 1982 at the age of 43. Accepting for the late Bruce Campbell is his son, Mark. Would you please welcome into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame a fine goalkeeper, Bruce Campbell. Elected into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame as an honored member in the builder category, Mr. Joe Greaves. Elected into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame as an honored member in the builder category, Lorne Allard. Thunder Bay winner since 1955-56, Fort Allard has devoted recreation and business hours to coaching or teaching some form of hockey for youngsters. A healthy list of seasons devoted to hockey include only 4 with the higher ranks, 26 years with minor divisions, which is an indication of the number of young players who have benefited from his dedication. But besides hockey, Lorne found time for such things as track and field, Little League Baseball, Pony League Baseball, football, girls softball, as well as general community service, which included projects like the Canada Summer Games in 1981, the once popular soapbox derby, the voluntary pool, the Carrick and West End community centers, and the YMCA. He was an active member of the Port Arthur Mustang Quarterback Club since the late 1960s, a group which has raised thousands of dollars for worthwhile sports groups, and he's a life member of the Port Arthur Kinsman Club, and for several years held the familiar role of sports chairman with that august group. An active member of the local Fish and Game Club, Lorne has won the Fish and Game Conservation Award in 1980, and among other things finds time to teach the art of fly fishing, another hobby of his since 1977. Will you please welcome a truly great sportsman into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, Lorne Allard. Elected into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame as an honored member in the amateur athlete category, Mr. Bill Scollie. Bill Scollie is probably the finest rower Thunder Bay has ever produced. He joined the Fort William Rowing Club as a junior in 1962 and teamed up with 7 other members to win the Junior 8s in an association regatta held in Duluth. The next year, Scollie moved up to the senior ranks and came up with victories in the 4s and the 8s at regattas in Winnipeg and St. Paul. In 1965, Scollie moved to doubles and combined with Mike Beverly to win the National Junior Doubles Championship that same year. 1966, he found equal success in singles as he won the Association Heavy Singles in Duluth and finished second in the doubles event at the prestigious Henley Regatta in St. Catharines. In 1968, Scollie retired from competitive rowing, only to make a comeback in 1973 at the age of 30. He quickly picked up where he left off, winning races not only at the Henley, but in the Lipton Cup, the Ontario Championships, and in 1975, the Canadian Championships. Represented Canada at the World Championships in England in 1977 and remained competitive until 1980 when he won the Masters title. That same year, Scollie turned to coaching as he guided the girls' 8s. During his illustrious career, Scollie won more than 150 races and still remains involved with rowing as a coach and a director of the Thunder Bay Rowing Club. Would you please welcome into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, Bill Scollie. inducted into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame as an honored member in the amateur athlete category, Weikko Koivisto. Hockey, softball, baseball, football, basketball, curling, and bowling. He began playing hockey back in 1928 with the Port Arthur Comets. He eventually ended up playing for the Port Arthur Bearcats, who won 8 Thunder Bay Manitoba championships and 2 Allen Cup Western titles. In the 1941-42 season, he played on the line with Edgar LaFrade and Norm Wright, rated as one of the best lines Port Arthur has ever had. Retired in 1947 after nearly 20 years in organized hockey. Weikko was also a good shortstop in baseball. He played for 5 local championship teams in the 30s and 40s and was runner-up for 2 batting titles. And as a softball pitcher, he tossed 2 no-hitters. After retiring from ball, he umpired in Little League Baseball and was an original executive member when the Port Arthur Little League was formed in 1952. Weikko's football career began in the 30s as quarterback and kicker at Port Arthur Technical and Commercial High School and led the team to the city title in 1932. After high school, he played with the Port Arthur McDonald Cartier and Packard teams. He also excelled in curling and bowling. He took up curling in the early 40s and continues to play that game. He's also a 200-plus bowler and has been known to crack 300 once in a while. Please welcome into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame a great all-round athlete, Weikko Koivisto. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 1984 inductees into the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Warren, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would now like to call on the Mayor of Fort Frances, Dean Cunningham, for the closing remarks. Dean Cunningham.
Mr. Chairman, Mayor Assif, Mr. Hennessy, inductees, and members of the pleasure for me to be here this evening. This is the third annual induction dinner of the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, and it's the first opportunity I've had to be here, and I must say I'm really impressed. It was a most impressive ceremony, and I really would like to extend my sincere congratulations to the recipients of the awards here tonight. To participate in sports is indeed a wonderful thing. To be a winner in sports is a great thing. And to be recognized for your achievement in sports is indeed an honor. And tonight we've had the opportunity of honoring those who have excelled in their particular sport. But I would be remiss if I did not mention the fact that without the Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, we wouldn't be here tonight to honor those athletes who have excelled in their particular sport. And I think that we should take a moment to thank those who have the vision and the foresight to organize and put on paper and indeed make happen this Northwestern Ontario Sports Hall of Fame. I think it's just a great thing that through this medium we can honor those athletes from Northwestern Ontario. I think we in Northwestern Ontario have a lot to be proud of. Over the past many years, we have developed a lot of athletes who have performed well and served their communities well. Once again, I'd like to congratulate the inductees. You have performed well in your sports, and certainly you have honored Northwestern Ontario and the various communities that you represent, and we're indeed very proud of you. At the risk of breaching protocol, I would like to say that I wouldn't be here this evening if it weren't for a great bunch of guys who 32 years ago won the Allen Cup, and I guess I have to say a special word of thanks to Fort Frances Canadians. Most of the fellows still live in Fort Frances. They're a great bunch of guys, and we're very proud of them. And indeed, we're proud of all the athletes here tonight who are from Northwestern Ontario and who have performed so well in their particular sport. I would like to say to the audience, I'm very impressed. I had no idea coming here tonight how large the hall was or how many people would be here. It's a sellout crowd, and I think that's great. And without your support, this type of activity could not go on. Please continue to support this program, the Sports Hall of Fame in Northwestern Ontario. It's a great thing, and our athletes really deserve it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure to be here. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Mayor Karila. Tomorrow afternoon, between the hours of 1 to 4, the Sports Hall of Fame will be open, and you'll be able to view some of the accomplishments of the various athletes of Northwestern Ontario in the hall. We now come to the close of the third annual dinner. Those of you who have been inducted and those who from the families of the inductees have had an opportunity to reflect back some many years to the accomplishments of young men who have, in some state or another, grown old. Always remember, their hearts are still strong, and we're all proud of you. Good night, thank you, good evening.
Okay, a little smile there.